What's up, guys? This is Jesse Ogle, and I'm your host of the Vibe Dialogue podcast. It's a podcast for creatives, but I'm doing a special segment focusing on my time in Squid Games, The Challenge Season 2. I have a bunch of different guests I interview. Today, I have two special guests. We have Chris Gator, and he actually goes by Gator, but most people knew him as Christopher in the show. He's player 294, and we also have Drake Davis, player number 346. Unfortunately, Drake's Wi-Fi goes out, so he's only on the beginning of the interview. But we get a full interview with Chris, and it's great to see some insight of what they're doing and why they needed the money. Also some behind the scenes stuff. It's a lot of stuff. We talk about Mingle in the game a lot, but also get to know them and talk about the biggest highlights of the moment we were there. So again, like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff helps. I want to grow this channel so I can help more creatives and ultimately just make the world a better place. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you on the back end. All right, this is your host, Jesse Ogle, and this is a Vibe Dialogue podcast. It's a podcast for creatives, but I'm doing a special segment on my time in Squid Games Challenge Season 2. I have two very special guests today. I have Chris Gator, player number 294, and Drake Davis, player number 346. How you guys doing today?
What's going on?
We vibing, we out here.
Dude, so it was what an experience we went through with Squid Games. That was just like some wild shit. Are any of you guys like at all like kind of a little traumatized over this?
Yes.
Yeah. We've been
I've had so much trauma, so much therapy. It was a lot. Chris, I'm sure you know.
You know how it was, especially when we went out, especially in Mingle. Mingle traumatized me forever, man. For at least a couple months getting out of there.
Yeah. Like, so I've heard this from many people, and this is how I felt. But like, when you get out of there and like for like a couple days, do you feel just kind of like what the fuck is going on? Or like, do you feel like, what is the point of life? Which I'm not that person at all. Like or like a zombie. Did anyone of you feel that way?
100%. Yeah. It took me a bit to get back to like reality and like myself. I didn't even feel like myself anymore. Like I was just, I don't know, like you said, like I was just existing. And it was a lot to process when I got home. And like, you try to talk to your family and friends about it and they don't really understand. So like you try to lean on the people that you were in the games with or like contact them. And that does help a lot. And then they do like these wellness checks and like all this stuff. I think for me, helps is just getting back in the routine, getting back to work, doing the like everyday routine stuff. That's like helped me like just be like, okay, like, yeah, I'm back to life. I'm back to motion. We're doing our stuff. But yeah, no, for a little bit there, like, I lost 17 pounds in the show. Like, I was like sick. I was like dying during the show. Wasn't eating. So like when I got home, it took me a while to like even get back to eating right again. Just like feeling like myself again because I get like it's a game show and it's all fun, but like there was a lot emotionally like for me. Like I'm sure Chris too. Like there was just like a lot. So, and Mingle was like the main reason. Like, the rest of it was kind of fine. It was Mingle that like really put me over the edge for that. So, yeah.
Yeah, Chris, what were you like? How did you feel? Like, how long did it take you to like kind of reinsert yourself?
To get back to normal, like, I don't know, because I guess I was traumatized altogether from Mingle itself. But we were sick. That was the main thing. We were sick in the dorm. I mean, after like I would say maybe 3 or 4 days, 5 days, everyone's in line and getting medicine all the time. Like, I think that was probably like the main part of it that messed us all up. But as far as when we got back home and stuff like that, of course, once I reinserted myself, because I have a son, so I hopped right back into father mode, you get me? So that kind of snapped me back into things. But, we had our own group chat, so that's what pretty much kept us grounded.
Yeah, I was involved with like a group chat because like there was like a large group chat in which I couldn't even like keep track of that. It was like insane. And then there was like a smaller one for everyone that got out on catch, which was like a little bit more manageable. But after a while, I was just like, dude, I'm so busy. Like, I'm running 2 organizations. I play in 5 bands. Like, dude, I don't got time for this shit. But, and then I guess like there was a bunch of people meeting up in Philadelphia. I didn't check those messages or anything. So Drake, remind me, where did you get out? What game did you get out on?
Yeah, so I ended up getting out on Slides and Ladders.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
the fifth game, I eventually met exit.
Oh man. For me, I got out on catch and it was like a ball that I couldn't catch,
Yeah.
and that one I just relive that. I don't even want to relive that. And I'm like, it'll come to me when I'm like driving or something. I'm like, damn, dude, I'll get like some anxiety over that, so like what I know, Chris, you got out on Mingle was like, there just wasn't a spot for you, or like was it you not assertive enough? Were you just like, did you not just like get in there and just like, do you have any regrets on how you did that?
With Mingle, maybe not in particular. I mean, that's, I guess, part of the game where you need to be a little more social and like, grab onto more people during the game. Because my whole strategy the entire game was to lie low. I wasn't trying to show anybody that I was athletic. I wasn't trying to show anybody that I was trying to win the entire time. But I guess when it came to Mingle itself, it wasn't basically any skill in particular. It was more like your social skills altogether, rather than physical skill.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, they showed. I think they missed like a couple rounds in there as well. Did you? You know what I'm talking about, Drake?
Yeah, they showed some of it for sure.
Yeah. I know we played a lot more rounds after that. I think we played like maybe like 6 or 7 rounds, but I mean, it was okay. And Jesse and catch, the whole point, I wanted you to throw to me and catch.
Dude,
I wish you would have thrown to me, man.
Oh my!
Right in front of me. And I was like, man, as soon as you dropped it, I was like, wow.
Well, I didn't even I was running and diving and it was like, off the tip of my fingers. But we were saying, remember, and I feel bad for Zach, but we were like, dude, just give me a chance. Just lob that thing. Just I will catch that. Just give me a chance. But there was no chance, And I was like, oh man. And like, dude, I was like, there's no way the ball's going to get back here. We have this line of old ladies and people, there's no way it's gonna get back here, and if it does, we're good. And
I'm saying, our strategy was good. Our strategy from Viper was good, and we just like ate each other up. It was crazy.
It was crazy, man. So and everyone has an agenda for going in there. I feel like some people's agenda is just like kind of twisted a little bit, but I know you, Chris, you have a son. You're like trying to make a better life. Like you actually have a real reason for, being in there. It wasn't to get more followers or any of that.
Right.
And Drake, but I never really asked you what your, like, what was your ultimate purpose for being on there?
Yeah. So my whole thing was, it was mainly for my family. So I have 6 siblings, and my dad, he was a single dad. He raised all of us by himself. I haven't seen my mom since like 2006, I think. So like it's barely just him raising us. So I wanted to get back to him. He's still working to this day. He also is a musician, and he plays in a band for a living. So he makes music too. So what he does is like he's working all through the nights, and he's still working to provide for my siblings who are still at home. So yeah, it was mainly just me wanting to get back to him, and then obviously make life better for me and my wife, and just overall just my family, because they do so much for me. So I want to be able to give back, because and like I'm also a teacher and a bus driver, so I don't make money. So I'm like always broke. So I was like, dang, like I wish I could help out a little bit, but like for what I do as a profession, it's like it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's like being a teacher is like, man, that's the Lord's work, So do you play music too? I can't remember if you.
So I do, but like I do a lot of theater, and I actually graduated college with my BFA in musical theater. So I do like singing, and I do play instruments. Like I do like piano, and I did marching band when I was in high school, trombone, baritone, like stuff like that. But I've never really been like like how my dad is, like he plays with a band and stuff. I never like done that aspect of it, but I do sing. I do, you know, do some stuff here and there for sure.
So that kind of brings me back to that, like the very first thing, right? Which was like the counting thing, which was like tailor made for any musician. And it's like, and I mean, it's obviously we were pretty, at least sometimes some people recalled that whole thing that like the X's being a little chaotic. I feel like it like kind of like got to a point pretty quickly. Like I know the O's were like freaking out, right? But
Yeah.
like, Chris, where were you in that whole thing? Like, were you, I mean, you said you're just laying low. Where were you at?
Yeah, I was in the back on the wall chilling. I was next to Al. All I remember from that game was when Al stood up and yelled at everybody right before they showed John T. Because remember they showed John T yelling at everybody, but everyone remembers Al standing up and cursing everybody out. That was when I was like, Al, we gotta lay low. We gotta lay low. I was just sitting against the wall, but I remember. I believe it was you. Michael, I think Michael was up there. I think Olabango was up there.
Yep.
Was it Isaiah was counting?
Isaiah. Yeah.
And there was somebody else. There was one more person.
Taylor. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
When we were like clapping and counting, were you guys like, did you guys feel confident or did you not feel confident?
Well, we were confident because it was a rhythm going with it.
Yeah.
So we were confident.
I felt confident too. Like it felt like it was like, I don't know, like even by the end of it, I was like, oh, we got it. Because I didn't know what the other room was doing because we couldn't see it, but like I felt like every like count was on point. Like I was like, this is right. This feels good. Like and the way the room stayed silent that whole time, I was like, no, we got it. We got it.
It just felt right.
Exactly. Yeah. I think like that, I don't know if you felt like the same way, but like that feeling of like winning was like the best, right? The best feeling ever. Like, did you ever feel a moment of more celebration in that entire like time you were there than that one?
I tell people all the time, it felt like we won a championship. Like it was crazy. That feeling was one of the best feelings ever. Everybody was celebrating. Like we had just one day won, but it was like one thing. It was
totally. I know it was the most. It was like I can't even think of a bigger celebration I had like emotionally. Like you know, like and I was just like, it's so funny because man, when that challenge came, I was like, oh my God, this is so perfect. Like my whole life is teaching kids at 60 BPMs per minute. You know, and like I have a bunch of tracks. I was hoping they're gonna lean into that story a little more. They kind of glazed over it, but
glazed over everything.
It was like the best thing. Like everyone was so like happy and stoked, and it was like what a way to set things off. You know, like I feel like the energy, like everyone had like a really good. I mean, when I say everyone, I didn't meet everybody, but most of the people I met were like you guys and stuff. It was just such a good vibe. And I think that game kind of gave us that, you know, like we were, you know, rather than just all of us being taken out randomly by red light, green light, you know, and you're just like, wow, I'm glad I survived that, you know. It was like there was more of like a unification between people. I wonder if in a way that almost did their show like a little bit of injustice because it kind of created a larger bond. I'm not sure, but what's your thoughts?
I know emotionally we were riding like one of the highest of the highs. Like I said, it felt like a championship. I never asked you, Jesse, when we were splitting up first in the room itself, were you on the O side initially or were you always?
No, I was on the X's always. I was just like, I thought there might be some strategy to like, if we play a giant tic-tac-toe, X goes first or some shit.
Okay.
But you know, it wouldn't make sense, I guess, in the long run to do tic-tac-toe because those always end in stalemates a lot of times. So but yeah, I was thinking like maybe X goes first or something. It didn't do anything, you know. But yeah, like I don't know, like I feel like there's a few stories that were untold. I feel like they, you know, obviously as a personal bias, I wish they would have told that story a little bit more, like how it came to be. And I was hoping to like capitalize off that a little bit because I released this remake of Wish You Were Here, and I was like, oh, sweet, this will be perfect. They'll probably play that moment. That I was like, I referenced the track and they didn't do it. Then I have this track that I would tie into the show, and it didn't go anywhere. What was some moments where you already mentioned one, Chris? Like they didn't play like all the rounds of Mingle. It sounds like you lasted a long time. Then were you like the very last one or what?
I got out in the very last round. That was a long day. That was a long day because we also took like 30-minute, 45-minute breaks in between each round. Also,
yeah,
it was bathroom breaks. It was change your microphone. It was go to lunch, and then it was go to breakfast, and then everyone's crying and take emotional breaks. It was intense. It was long. That's why I said it was like 6-7 rounds, but a 30-minute break or 45-minute break in between each round. So it was a long day. We were like emotionally spent.
Yeah. What I mean, a lot of people don't know, like oftentimes we don't know what time it is. And we don't know what, like, right? We don't never know what time it is. It's like, damn it, you only get 10 minutes of like daylight, if you go outside, right? So they're just like, and we're sick. Did you get sick, Drake?
Oh, absolutely. I 100 fever like for 4 days in a row thing. And to catch, I also had 103 fever. So I was like, actually dying, like actively dying. And I was like, I even went to Eric about it, and I was like, I'm not eating, by the way, because I can't be anything down. And they were like, no, just take like 1 or 2 bites a day, drink water, and you'll be fine. But they kept taking our water bottles away for every game. So I was like, I can't drink water. They don't let us hold on to it for longer than a couple hours at a time or whatever. But yeah no, it was a lot. It was a lot. I was very sick.
Yeah, I got sick. I didn't get that sick, but like I was like, finally, like day 2, they brought out like the electrolytes. I was like, thank God, like what the hell? Yeah, like give us something, It's like everyone at night, it's just cough, 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 cough,
Yeah, so bad.
Day 4,
I was part of that too.
Well, so Chris, I mean, I know that like, we were hanging out, I don't know if that like at the point where I was in catch, there wasn't like alliances or anything. Did it get to that point where like, you said you didn't have as many friends, and I know that we were definitely like, vibing together and had a good relationship, and like there's Jay and different people, and but like, did you feel like some of the people you were closely connected with kind of got like eliminated, or
Well, that's eventually how I guess eventually that's how I found Sam and Drake, because I was friends with Al. Do you remember Al?
Oh, Al, dude, Al was the shit.
Trip, yeah. I was friends with Al at 330, and then that's how we found each other first in the pentathlon, and then when we got to catch, I couldn't believe Al dropped it because he was like maybe a spot or 2 spots in front of you, and he dropped it as well. So after that, it was just
then.
You gotta like form other alliances with other people. Like I spoke to everyone, but just a little bit. I should have like indulged a little bit more. That's what
yeah. So totally. I'm like, so is there any other like things like, oh, how about this? Is there any player that like, we don't have to like call names. Was there any players that you're like, man, I just don't like that person? And you can just like, was there anyone that you were like, man, I will take that person out if I get a chance?
Me personally,
yeah. Nah, Chris, don't lie. You wanted to get out Sam.
That's so funny though, because that's because I found out she was after me too. Drake was in the middle of our trio friendship. I remember, I was like, man, Sam, you're doing very good at these games. I see you as a big threat. And she was like, oh, likewise. I'm sitting for you too. I was like, what?
Oh my gosh. Well, like, had this whole like fan vote, you vote someone in. And my thought was like, why would you vote in someone that like there's 2 things. Like, why would you vote someone back that got like a bunch of screen time or didn't have a good cause, And so like I've asked a lot of people, like, if you were to see someone back in the game, like who would it be?
I mean, out of our
definitely Mark or Viper for sure.
How about you, Chris?
To me, it was just either Mark or Viper. I mean, it seemed like their storylines were good and just cut short.
I definitely could see Viper, and because of just like, dude, but Mark's a little bit harder for me just because Mark wants to spend $1 million on a Star Wars wedding. Like, that's and a lot of people dropped the ball. Like I'm thinking maybe someone who had maybe a little bit more to do to like help people get to someplace, or so in my mind, like it wouldn't be Mark, but he's such a lovable character. We want to see him do well, but I'm thinking his cause didn't really like get me to be like, oh, I want to get you back in there. But like I actually was like, oh, I'd like to see. This was before I knew the winner. I'd like to see Jeffrey get back in because I thought Jeffrey was dope, and then he was selfless, like, oh, you go. But then looks like they're splitting the money, so Jeffrey doesn't need that. Yeah. But what Chris? What are you doing in your life now? Like, what is it that you like? Who are you outside of like this? Because like people don't really know who that is. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I work pretty much remote from home for a hotel, pretty much getting payroll. So it's pretty boring, I guess, but a lot of freedom itself because you're free to do anything you want afterwards. So, of course, I have a son, and then I'm more like an adventure seeker. So I love doing a lot of different spontaneous things, I guess. Whether it be like skydiving or like spearfishing, ATVs, jet skis, like that's my thing. And I love playing sports, obviously. So I play ball all the time to stay in shape.
Like hoops?
Or basketball, yeah.
Who's like? Do you have a team?
I football tournaments as well. I do that too. I play softball as well, just to stay active.
Yeah. I love that too. So you're kind of a gamer, like a more of like a physical sports gamer. So. Like it kind of fits that you would be on the show in those sense because you're like competing and doing things like that.
That's why I also wanted you to throw me the ball and catch. That's what I was like, oh, this wouldn't be anything. This is fun. I didn't care.
And I'm pretty good at sports too. Like I play hoops. I used to play football. I was a really good snowboarder. Like a borderline pro hacky sacker, some like really good at badminton, like just weird shit.
And same way, good at badminton. Don't even know why, just good at it. Yeah.
So cool. You have this. Sounds like you're very dynamic. Like you have everyone works a job. The job doesn't define you, but like you're an outgoing person that's doing like physical activities, fun things. And a lot of times I imagine you take your son. Well, we might have lost Drake there. It looks like he got eliminated. So damn, player 346 is eliminated from the podcast. We hope to see him soon.
He'll be back.
Well, we'll like if he comes back, we'll come back. If not, Chris, we'll just we'll connect on a couple other things. So it's been a while since you've been on there. Like what has happened in your life like since then? Like anything significant? Like have people like for one, has this like the show, like have people recognized you or like how has that like kind of affected you at all?
I mean, not in a sense, not just yet. Maybe just the people around my neighborhood, but I haven't been approached yet by anybody. Oh, I've seen you on Netflix. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
All the people around me now, obviously, as soon as the show came out in November, so I just told it.
What does your son think?
Oh, of course. He's like starstruck because like he can't believe it, of course. He can't believe it on TV. So and then of course in the catch game he went crazy, obviously.
Yeah.
That was a good time. It was good for him to see.
And yeah, a lot of people don't know, man. That was like it's not like a really far throw, but like it is a pretty good distance, and like you're under a lot of pressure. Like, how did you feel when you threw that? Because it looks like it went like right,
It went to the right a little bit. Yeah, I keep at it all the time, but I mean, I didn't feel any pressure at all. It was just It's the lights. I guess that's what it is. All the lights and cameras that gets people. But
Yeah.
but like, like I told you, I play sports and stuff.
Yeah.
So like the lights are like, never too bright. So it's like, just perform. Who cares? Just perform under pressure.
Totally. And you did exactly what we were talking about. You lofted that ball up, and so there's plenty of airtime. So like even if it was off, Viper could get under it.
Correct. And he had to jump up too. Exactly. And he had to jump a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's all I was trying to say to you as well. Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance.
Oh yeah. I was like, I got you. Oh man. I feel so bad for Zach because I did talk to him and he said, like I used to play baseball and I was a baseball player and everything you do is overhand. And he was like, I'm an overhand, but he's like, I could lob that thing overhand. I could gently just place it. And he's like, and I should have went with my instincts. And we were all saying, no, just go underhand, just give it up, And he was just like, man, if I learned one thing from that, it was like, just go with your instincts and just do what. But and I feel like I'm like, man, I wish I would have trusted him, and just been like, just get it to me, But
he was a baseball player. He was a baseball player, or
he was.
Okay.
So he should have said, "Hey guys, I'm a baseball player," and told us.
I want to. Yeah.
Like, oh shit. Okay, well now I know. But like, oh my gosh.
It had like a better trajectory, like underhand. Like you had a better to get under it. That's all.
100%. I know. I was like, oh my gosh. So like, how many days were you there in total? Do you know?
I think I was in. Well, we arrived at the hotel. I think I was there the first 2 days or whatever that was, a day and a half.
Day and a half.
And then I think 7 days as far as in the dorm, 7 or 8 days in the dorm itself.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a full week.
And then once you're out, did they just ship you right off?
Well, no, they let us stay around London for a day. Like it was a full day itself. Yeah. So we hung out with all the people that were there. Of course, as people got eliminated, everyone was hanging out in the hotel lobby and going places, but I didn't really go out too much. I just hung around with everybody there.
Yeah, totally. Had you been to London before?
I had not.
Oh shoot! So you never went into the city.
I didn't go into the city. I know. I think it's because it was more of the traumatizing effect.
Oh yeah, it's like, what am I gonna do? Yeah, because it's my favorite city. I love it. I love London, and I didn't either. I was at that point. I was like, "Fuck it, dude. I'm just going home." So I know that you got out with a bunch of people in Mingle. What was like? Who was the crew that you like connected with at Mingle? Like, who were you like? Who was all got out on that night? You remember?
Oh well, that's the thing. We had a group of 6 people itself, because of course in the game we didn't know about making groups of 6, but for some reason there was just all different groups of 6 lining up. So we had our group of 6, but it was me, Drake, Samantha.
Okay.
Samantha, you could do 2 of the pair.
Yeah.
Blake was I forgot his number though, maybe 331 or something like that. Blake and 2 other people. It was another.
Was August? Was August one? Or was he earlier? Okay.
Yeah, not in my group. I had Leon and Nick. That's what it was. Leon and Nick were also part of our 6, but we were, of course, standing next to another 6 that gave us 12. So we had a lot of the numbers itself, but the numbers that we didn't have were 7. So when it was time for the number 7 to come out, we had to run to the other side of the platform. Me and Samantha, we had to run to the other side of the platform to find 5 other people. And that first time they did 7, we were fine. We found somebody, but these were not our group of 6 people or our group of 12. It was just random people itself. You get me? So of course, after we played a couple more rounds and we got to that last round, they called out 7 again. And when we went to run across the platform again, we didn't know that within the next couple of rounds, someone that was in our previous group of 7 got eliminated. So when we ran over, we only had 6, and that's why you see us like of course rushing around trying to find an open door, but we ended up being out on that particular time.
Do you remember like all the numbers they called?
I want to say it was 6 break, 12 break, and then I think it was 9. I know there was an odd number in there besides 7. I don't know if it was 5, but then after that, I think we did 7, and then they didn't show the round of 4, and because it was me, Drake, Sam, and Blake for our 4, and then after 4, I forget the number. I think it was like 9 or something, or 8 or something like that. And then after that round was the very last round, which was 7, and then that's the one that we got out. So I think we played like 7 rounds, but it was the very last round right before marbles, that very last one.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So were you pulling for anybody after you got out?
No one in particular, I guess. I guess we were just kind of upset that it was over. That's all it was. I wasn't thinking about anything else, honestly.
Yeah. Did you feel like you were getting closer and that it was actually real? Like it was a team?
It felt real because we were down to like 46, 45, well, about 50 people in Mingle. And that's when it felt real, because we started Mingle, I think, with like 74 or 75 or something like that. And then when we got to that final round of Mingle, it felt real. Like, oh, wow, we really have a chance now of this money. And then, of course, in the very last round, that's how we go.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy shit. Have you seen anyone in person since this?
Nobody in particular, no, because I travel a lot, but I didn't get a chance to link up with anyone just yet because I travel for work and stuff. So I haven't been in, but I'm gonna see people soon, very soon.
You're in Florida, right?
Yeah, well, down here in Miami.
Yeah. Do you ever go to Colorado?
I've been to Denver several times, but not recently.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Dude, hit me up if you come to Colorado. So I'm in Boulder, but I'm like 30 minutes from Denver. So like I said, I run a venue, like I got concert tickets or where we'll hang out. So let's see. I think that's I've been asking people like, what was like the biggest moment for you? Sounds like the biggest moment for you probably was when the first game, right? Or was there something else?
No, it would have to be the first game, because that championship feeling, I haven't felt that before. Like after one, I've never felt that before. I mean, it doesn't look like it. It looks okay on TV, but to actually be there, we were running around, we were picking people up, we were hugging everybody.
I know. I was like jumping on Isaiah's, like Isaiah and Olabanga, just jumping off their shoulders, like screaming. It's like you would think they put them. That was it, right? That was it. And so, like, yeah. As far as like, when I tie this back to like, like my agenda and stuff, my agenda is like to kind of tell the story of that moment and how special it was, and like how really music saved. My thing is like music made someone a millionaire, right? Ultimately, but I also do too. Did you ever end up voting anyone out? Did you vote O's or X's when they had the 5 players from the pentathlon?
You see, that's the thing too. I voted O because of Michael, because I remember I didn't want that bad karma. You get me? I know it's a game. I know you're eliminating people. But I didn't want that bad karma, because he is the reason we were there. That was the main thing. And I remember that the most important thing was that he was initially, remember when we first divided in half on the very first day, we were missing like 15 people on the X side. So some of the O people had to come over. I remember Michael was one of them. He came over from O to X. So I'm like, wow, like we were supposed to be out. We weren't even supposed to be here. We were supposed to be gone day 1. So I'm not gonna vote him out. You get me? It was he came for us.
Dude, I'm right there. I voted O too, and I think anyone who voted X, but even Viper did, that you shouldn't be allowed back in the game for a second chance, because the thing is the game's going to take people out, and let's let the game take people out. It's like petty. It's like petty shit, like let's just like, like
it is.
Yeah, I did hear some people say, well, if we didn't take them out, they're probably going to just force us to take the next people out. But I'm like, I don't know. But I agree with you 100%. And it's funny because it does show character, and they want to show character. And like, there was like, I don't know, a third of us that were O's,
we were in the minority for sure.
Yeah, and then you were like, there people are afraid. They're afraid that if I'm like an O, and it's funny how that shows the character of everyone. Like, there's some people that have like strong ethics and are like not afraid to just do their thing and do what's right, and then there's some people that are like, they'll just like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of revealed a lot there, I thought. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I didn't mind standing alone because I just knew it was the right thing to do. But
Yeah.
if the game takes them out next, it's fine. But it just wasn't me in that particular sense. That's all.
Exactly. That's funny. Yeah. So I did ask a lot of people about that, and like, even in the people that did pick X, that was their rationale that, they're going to just make us take someone out, so we'll just do it. But I would have liked to call their bluff and see that for sure.
I wanted to see what they were thinking also before, because wasn't it that they thought they were gonna eliminate if we didn't eliminate them, weren't they thought everyone thought we were gonna eliminate like the second slowest or the fastest people that completed the games, remember?
Yeah.
I think that's why they were all freaking out.
It's like, call their bluff, make like that's just like stipulation, or like we're just like, making things up, we never know what they're gonna do, so yeah. So, well, man, I really appreciate you taking some time to like connect, and I really hope we get to connect in person. I've only seen one person from the show because I didn't go to Philadelphia or anything. Steven came, I played a show in Phoenix and Steven came to it. I told him before I told him like, oh, you're from Phoenix. I have a show there. And he actually came to my show like 2 months later. And he was like, dude, you're not going to believe it. I made it really far. And I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah, he did, and he did. Like, I wasn't sure if he actually was a winner or not, because he wasn't going to tell me if he was, but that's the only person I've seen. And I hope to really connect in person. And I would love to stay in connection with you because you are absolutely one of the like real people there. You're not fake. You're there are some people there that I think everyone's a good person there. They're all good people. There was no one that I was like, that person's a bad person, or anything. But like, there's some people that are more real and like authentic, and you are one of those, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Just trying to be myself. That's all it was. Like, whether you like me or not, like, it didn't matter.
Well, you're not like your personality doesn't grate on people. So it's like, if you don't like, if someone doesn't like you, something's off, it's saying, but like, but yeah, if you wanted people to find you, like, you have like an Instagram and stuff, right? What is that?
It's my Instagram itself. It's my last name, which is Gator. So that's another thing too. I should have gone into the game as Gator as well, but I didn't want to. I was trying to lay low as much as I can. So I went in as Christopher. You get me? Because I knew there was gonna be another Chris there for sure. Yeah. So I had to like lay low as much as possible because I knew in all these like games, all the athletic games itself, there was not gonna be a problem at all, just with the sports background.
Yeah.
So I knew like I was gonna be able to be fine on all of those games. So I should have gone in as Gator as well, but going back to my Instagram is Gator, my last name, and then just XX. So GAITERXX.
Yeah, and that's interesting that it's Gator just being from Florida. It's funny.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, if I know I went through this.
Yeah. And wait, it's Miami Hurricanes, but it's the Florida Gators. Like, I know, where are they at? Where are they based out of?
Gainesville.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Gainesville. That's right. So like, do you go by Gator?
Yeah, I go by Gator. Everybody knows me. People don't even know my name's Chris.
Really? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay.
You didn't go to school with me. You don't even know my first name.
That's so funny. So like, that's how you're introducing it. Yeah, I would have too. You should have went with Gator. Like, that would have been. Yeah,
I was too, because the one of the producers on the Zoom call told me to do that as well. And she's like, "Oh, you want to go in as Gator? I can call you Gator the entire time." And I was like, "Oh, I want to lay low. I want to see how this is. You can just call me Chris, because people will meet another Chris and then they'll be like, oh, what Chris is bad? Oh, you get me? You're under the radar."
I hear you.
You tell somebody Gator, you're always gonna know who I am. You get me? You know.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. It's interesting because I wouldn't have thought of it like that. But that is an interesting like thing to play with. Like, I talked to Claire and she said Claire made it pretty far. She was actually in my like my group cohort, and we got on the bus together from the airplane. Like I was like with her. We were in pentathlon together. She was in our, yellow cat. She made it far all the way to like Circle of Trust. She said her sister was in the game. They didn't tell anyone. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. So yeah, I get it. I get like maybe not wanting to like say that, for those reasons or whatever. But okay, Gator, I'm gonna call you Gator because I didn't know that. Gator, what's up, dude?
But you already know, man. Yeah, I've gone by Gator my entire life. I mean, it just from kindergarten and it's stuck because I play sports, so it's just Gator, Gator, Gator.
Yeah. Did you play sports in college or anything, or?
Nothing in college. I don't think I didn't pursue anything in college. I just played 4 years in high school, football and track.
Yeah,
football and running track, and then I went to college on an academic scholarship as well. That's why
What was your track? What were you running in track?
In track, I was a 4x1 runner and a 200 runner.
Okay,
yeah.
Sweet.
I ran the 400 sometimes, but not my cup of tea. I love the 200, and the 4x2. That was my race.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome. I ran track, was never great at it. I would do like the mile was my best thing, but it was never really great. That was I tried it. My sister was a cross country runner. She was like really into it. I was like, oh, I'll do what my sister does, but like now was never really. Yeah. I was never like fast enough, and never, never could just go for long distance either. Yeah. Well, dude, it's Gator. It's been great to hang out. I'm glad I know your real name now. It's been great to hang out. I hope we get to hang out in person. Sorry that Drake wasn't able to hang on for this. But if you're out there watching, you watch this and you can find Drake, send Drake some money because clearly he needs some Wi-Fi, and he is driving all these kids around on a bus. So like he definitely needed the money more than probably I did. I wanted to use the money for my nonprofits to affect youth and to better my community and better the world. But some people actually need it just to get Wi-Fi, so. All right. So thank you guys for listening. This is Gator number. Hold on. From SQUID Games to Challenge, we have Gator number 294. And I am Jesse Ogle. I'm host of your Vibe Dialogue podcast. Until next time, we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you.
Yeah. That was an awesome interview with Chris. What a cool dude. I wish he would have made it farther. I mean, if people deserve to win, he's one of them. It was great having Drake on for as long as he can, or he could be. His Wi-Fi is out. Of course, maybe we'll try to retouch base with him on a separate occasion. A lot of people don't know that Drake and we actually have the same kind of back hair spot. We both have this white patch on our hair. And so that was an interesting thing. We didn't actually talk about it on the show. We didn't get a chance. But if you see us on the show, you'll see that there's two people that look kind of similar from the behind. Again, if you enjoyed this, you like all the content that I'm doing, help support the channel, like, subscribe, all that stuff. You can follow me at Jesse Ogle Music. You can also follow my band project, New Bass Theory, all that stuff. Until next time, I'll see you soon.